Hello, friends. Welcome to another Thursday Night Live. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping. I'm going to help you reconnect with your inner artist to use stamps, ink, and paper to create beautiful handmade cards and gifts. Tonight, we're going to make some easy Christmas cards that I think you're absolutely going to love with some products from the new mini catalog. And I have the new mini catalog. I can finally show you the pages in the new mini catalog, which is super fun. If you are here and joining me live, welcome. I hope you'll leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite new stamp set is in the mini catalog. If you're watching the replay, special welcome to you as well. I love my replay warriors. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite stamp set is in the new catalog, because I love to hear it. If this is your first time, if I can talk. If this is your first time watching, welcome. So glad you're here. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button so you always know when I go live. All right, we're going to jump into this and start talking about stuff because there's a lot going on tonight. And I have some easy cards for you. I think you're going to love this card. We're using pattern paper for it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. All right, so here's the mini catalog. Yay! We've seen the front before. We are going to be using the Reindeer Days suite. This is on page 27, and you can see it has a stamp set and some dies. It has these peppermint embellishments, which are already out of stock. They're going to be back in a couple weeks. And an embossing folder, some red and white twine, baker's twine, these cute little boxes. These are super fun. And then some pattern paper too. So really cool stuff. You can see their samples over here on page 26. So much fun stuff. So hello, Carol and Janet. Janet, you like the shepherd's care and the sweetest stars. Oh, those are fun. I'm also going to be pulling in some pattern paper from the Nests of Winter. And I'm going to use this set probably later this month, maybe next month. But it's so cute. It has the winterly, which I find really hard to say, winterly treetops stamp set. Has this cool wood grain birch embossing folder, dies, some colored baker's twine or linen thread, I think they're calling it, some embellishments, and then this cool paper. We're going to take a look at this paper because I'm going to be using that as well tonight. So this is what we're pulling out. Here is, and hopefully I don't sneeze. My allergies are through the roof this week. They're crazy. So I'm really hoping maybe if I talk a lot, that'll keep me from sneezing. That's how it works, right? If you talk, you don't sneeze. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. I can already feel a sneeze coming. Oh. All right, so here is the Reindeer Days paper. You can see it's got all these really cute patterns with reindeer on them. There's this one. These little reindeer. We have a whole bunch of prancing and jumping reindeer. And the dies, let me find the dies here. The dies are going to cut some of these out. So, from this piece, here's the dies. We have dies that make reindeer heads and some holly and some presents and things. And then there's these that cut out the actual things. So here we have this little jumping reindeer. There is a stamp that matches this, but then this also matches some of the reindeer on here. So we can cut out those little reindeer. And then the same thing with the mama and the baby reindeers. So that is going to cut out some of the images from this one. So right there, it's going to cut those out. And then there's a stamp that goes with that too. So super cute. So cute. I'm not actually using the dies tonight because we're going to make a super, super easy card. But my bonus cards do share some of the die cuts. So, and then there's this one. I love this one. I've already used a ton of it. Of course, on the back, you get all of these basic patterns that are super pretty in reds and greens. So it's just a great designer series paper. All right, I'm going to set that aside and show you the other one. Let's look at the other side first. So this one has all these winter birds and greenery and things. We can see we have the birds. And again, the dies with this is going to cut out some of these birds. I love this one with these birds on the pussy willows. Here we have the birch. I think the dies cut out some of these birds. There's some more birds. It's a very bird thing, right? I mean, nests. And then, of course, the back has these great patterns, which I love. Love, love, love these patterns. I think they're so pretty. And this is what we're going to use tonight. So there's that birch. We're going to use this one and this one to make the background for our card, because I just thought they were so snowy looking. And I wanted to make a pool party card. So, all right, keep my nose from sneezing as long as I can. All right, so the first thing I want to do, put a sample card over here for me. I need to grab my pattern paper that I had out at first. We need that. We're going to use this sheet right here. We're going to cut an image from here. Now, this doesn't have dies that cut these out, but instead, we're just going to cut a circle. So I have somewhere, I have the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm going to grab the second largest one, this one right here. Now, on the card I originally made, I used this adorable deer snowman, which I think is so cute. So stinking cute, this little deer snowman. But I think for this one, I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to come up here. I think I'm going to grab this deer that has the cardinals sitting on his back and on his antlers, because I think that's really cute too. So we're going to cut this one out. I am going to cut this down just a little bit so that I can die cut it properly. So I'm just going to kind of hold this on here where I want it. And I'm just going to cut. I'm just cutting around this, which it requires me to cut into some of the other images, but less so than if I had cut straight across. So there we go. We're going to cut this one out. Now, the other thing I want to layer this on some white. So I also pulled out my deckled circle dies. And these, they're huge. Like, there's really big ones. This is a great set. It goes from really, really big to really quite small. And I love that there's a couple of them that work really well with the stylish shape. So this one, it gives you a really nice border. Sometimes when you use the stylish shapes together, I find that the border's a little bit bigger than what I like. So I love layering the stylish shapes with the deckled circles. I just think it works really well. So we're going to cut that out of white. And we'll cut our little reindeer here. Oh, she's so cute. So, so cute. And apparently I found out that both male and female reindeer have antlers. I think is what I've heard. So that's why all these have antlers, except for the babies. The babies have baby antlers. All right, so I have a piece of white. We're going to cut out the deckled circle with the white. Just going to run this through my embossing machine. So let's put the other cutting plate on top. And I have my embossing machine over here on my shelf. I can just roll it through. All right. Here we go. So I'll pull this off. Oh, she's so cute. There we go. Adorable. And then this is going to go on this white. Just look at that. Isn't that nice? Really sweet. Let's build this card. This is a simple card. So we're going to do some simple card building. I have a piece of Party. This piece is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I'm going to use 2 pieces of that Nest of Winter Designer Series paper. Each of these are 2.5 by 3 3/4 inches. So they're just going to fit on here. And I'm going to put them on with a little bit of green glue. I like using green glue because you can kind of slide it around and get it in just the right spot. So here's the kind of crosshatch plaid. I don't know. It's this on the bottom. And then I'm going to put the snowy piece on the top, like it's snowing. All right, so here's the snow for the top. And if you have to, you can overlap these. That is fine. And if they don't quite meet up, that's going to be okay too, because we are going to put a little bit of ribbon in there. So I'm not going to worry about, there's like, you see that? There's a little tiny little spot, like something wasn't cut right or I didn't glue it on quite right. Doesn't matter, because I'm going to grab some of this new Pool Party pom-pom ribbon. This is really cool ribbon. It has these little pom-poms on the side. Now you can tie it. I'll show you what it looks like tied. And I think this would be so, so pretty, like to wrap a package, especially, if you had just some craft paper that you wrapped your package in, or newspaper, and then you tied it up with this bow. It's super, and it's a little bit hard because they go bumpity bump. So it's super pretty. It makes a really nice bow, but I find it maybe is a little bit too thick for a card. So laying it flat is what I'm going to do on this one. I'm just going to kind of measure it and then cut it. And I'm using it to just cover up that little seam right there. We'll pull those around to the back and tape this with just a little bit of tape. Hello, everyone. Let me see, Sabina and Vay and Debbie and Terry. So glad you guys are here. All right, so we're going to put this on with just a little bit of tape back here. And then to like add a little bit extra, I'm coming in with some white baker's twine. And I'm going to tie some white baker's twine around this. I didn't make a bow, but I do kind of want a bow. We're going to do it in baker's twine, which is just a fun little extra. So pull that in there, and our focal point is going to kind of cover some of this up, because we're going to have this little bow right kind of on the edge. I hope. It's the plan. All right. There's our baker's twine bow on there. And then we're going to add our reindeer. Oh, can you see that? Can you see those little, got little cardinals sitting on her, which I think is just so adorable. So adorable. All right. And this again is going on with that piece of basic white that I cut with the deckled circle dies. And I'm going to put this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I want to be careful that I don't get my Stampin' Dimensionals on top of those pom-poms, because I would be too thick. So this could have gone over one, but it's okay. So that's just going to kind of stick out there. Got one up there. I'm going to put a couple kind of more towards the top, just to give it a little bit more support, but not get in the way of that pom-pom. Or our bow. I'm going to pull that bow out just a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's going to go right on there. So sweet. Pull off those backs. Now, don't forget, I have 3 more cards to share with you tonight. And I want to add a sentiment to this. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I'm just going to pull out a little scrap of white. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this white that I cut out of. Here, right here. We're going to use this. And I have the stamp. So I have the stamp. It says Merry Christmas. We're just using a simple Merry Christmas on here. And I'm going to stamp this actually in Early Espresso, which looks a little bit black, but it has just a little bit of brown to it. And I found that it matches. It's the same color that their antlers are in. All right. So Debbie wants to know how my business name is pronounced. It is pronounced Onigo. So Onigo. And it literally means let's go in a mixture of French and English. And I always tell people that is kind of like my philosophy towards crafting is let's go. If you have a craft, I will do it. So, and I love trying new things. I'm just like, let's just jump in and let's do it. Let's go. So Onigo. I'm just going to cut out this Christmas sentiment and snip off some of the extra. Just go very close to it. And we're actually going to cut it in 2 pieces. So I can put it on top of each other because it's going to go down here in the corner. So I'm going to grab, I have my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I think, will these fit? Yeah, those will fit on there. So we're just going to add some minis. Some minis. Easiest thing to do. And this is going to have Christmas down in the corner here. And then we'll add the Merry as well. Get my minis on here. Got to get them just right. Like you got to get the flat side against the flat side so that they fit. Because if you put the point against the flat side, they don't quite fit. And the backs are sticking to my fingers. The Merry Christmas is from the Reindeer Fun stamp set. I can show you that. So it is right here in this Reindeer Fun stamp set. We have the Merry Christmas and then may all your days be full of cheer and Christmas is better together. And then you have the deer and some holly and berries and some like a bow and a harness, all sorts of things to make some cute scenes. So, but I love this Merry Christmas. It's just a nice, it's kind of got a bold, it's got some heaviness to it. Very legible. Sometimes they do scripty things and it's a little bit hard to read, but this is very legible. So I have this whole front built and I have a piece of basic white thick. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to add this to the front. I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals as well because this ribbon is on there and it has a little bit of dimension to it, a little bit of bulk. So I like using the dimensionals so I don't get a bumpy card. It kind of makes up for all of that. Take your pick tool. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I love using the Take Your Pick tool to pull these off, especially when I'm making a bunch, just because it's a little bit faster. If I'm just doing 1 or 2, I usually just use my fingers because they're right there. But if I am doing a whole bunch, then I love to grab that Take Your Pick tool and pull them off with that. All right, there we go. There is our sweet little reindeer card. And I'll show you the other one I made with that deer, with the deer snowman. So there you go. We have a deer snowman or we have the reindeer with the cardinals on it. Isn't that sweet? Oh, so sweet, so easy, so simple. All right, let me show you my other samples that I have because I have lots more, well, not lots, but I have a couple more samples. So here is another one. Again, this time I used the dies from the Reindeer Fun die set to cut out the little deer from the pattern paper. And I put that on there. I embossed that same Merry Christmas in white on Melon Mambo. I put it on a tag. I cut this tag with the greetings of the season, dies. All right. Hopefully it doesn't show my nose is starting to drip. TMI, right? And then I used some of the frayed ribbon to tie that at the top. And if you can see that pattern on the back, this is the new Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder that also goes with this whole Reindeer Days suite. So really cute. Oh, and check these out. These are the druzy embellishments. And I had to look up what druzy means. And it's something to do with like the crystals on rocks. So, all right, here is the next one. This one, to me, this jumping deer, again, I cut it out with the dies from the Reindeer Fun dies pack. But this jumping deer, it makes me think of the deer warning signs. I don't know, where I live, they always have the deer jumping, and that's what it makes me think of that. I don't know that I've ever seen a deer jump exactly like that. I mean, they definitely jump, usually in front of my car, but anyway. And then this again is cut with the Greetings of the Season dies, and I kind of trimmed off the top, and I added a few more of those druzy embellishments on there, which are super pretty. So really fun. All right, now this is definitely a Christmas set, right? Y'all can see that. This is definitely a Christmas set. But honest to goodness, y'all, when I saw this piece of pattern paper, okay, this piece of pattern paper, and let's see, these dies right here, all right, that make up this little deer head, all I am thinking is deer hunting season, right? To me, it looks like a deer head, a deer mount on your wall. So I couldn't resist. I had to make a card for a deer hunter. Here we go. So this time I switched what paper I was using. I used the Country Woods paper to give it that rusticy cabin in the woods feel to it. This small circle around the head is actually a wreath die that comes in the set. I created the deer with the dies that come with it, which it's really cute the way that those stack together and build that deer. Then I used the stylish shapes to cut this smaller one. This is cut out of the Country Woods pattern paper. I used the Countryside Corners dies to cut the background, emboss the congratulations right on the pattern paper, so it has all that wood look to it. And this is from the Everyday Greetings stamp set. So Jill, you're from Michigan and you get the deer hunting, right? It's true. It's true. So had to make a deer hunting card, but I thought that was really fun because that's immediately what I thought of when I saw those little deer heads. I know it's supposed to be reindeer, but anyway, so there are my cards for you tonight. I hope that you enjoyed them all. I hope that you like these this set. Oh, telling you allergies. Oh. Hope that you really like this set. I'm going to have more ideas coming for you this fall. Can't really tell you. I can't tell you yet what's happening, but I'm going to have more ideas for you coming your way this fall. So, because it's a really cute set. It's just adorable. It's so much fun. Next week, Tuesday, we are going to do mystery stamping. I hope you will join me. We're going to make a really easy card. I'm going to give you the step-by-step instructions, but I'm not going to show you my card. So you can make a card right along with me. Watch for the supply list on Monday afternoon in the description to the video. So if you open up the video on YouTube and you open up the description, you're going to see the list of supplies in there. The same thing on my Facebook page. If you open up the description to the video on there, you're going to see the list of supplies. I usually post that sometime like Sunday night or Monday afternoon or something. That's coming up on Tuesday. On Thursday, we are going to try out the new scrapbooking workshop kits. I'm really excited. Mine are arriving tomorrow. So I'm excited. Next week, Thursday, we're going to make at least a scrapbook layout. Not quite sure. I haven't seen them in person. I've only seen them on the website. So really excited to get that and share those with you next week, Thursday. So I hope you'll join me. All right. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see y'all next week.